Hi guys, it's Lynn here and Hansi.
Yeah.
And today guys, we've actually got another little greenhouse. I'll just show you here. And what we've done, you know that the other day I put a video up where we took all the big tall serious cacti out into the yard. Now we had a bit of rain and everything like that, and we decided to put them back into the polytunnel just briefly because obviously cacti and succulents do like to dry out in between waterings. Last year we were very lucky. We had a very good summer. We didn't really have to worry about it, but me and Hans were talking and said it'd be good to get a bit of a small little greenhouse just to put in the corner where we had all the tall serious cacti, and it means they're protected from rain. And some of the very tall cacti will probably still keep outside. They can take a lot of rain all through the summer. But a lot of the piloserious and some of the other ones are in very large pots. And if we do have a bad summer this year, they're going to stay wet for a long time. The biggest problem we had is when we brought them into overwinter. In the winter time, they were sitting in wet soil. And it's good to let them dry out in plenty of time before bringing them back in again. So we had to temporarily move a lot of all of the tall serious cacti we had in the yard back into the polytunnel here. As you can see, it's back to being a massive jungle, but not a problem. It's going to be fairly easy enough to bring them back out again. But before we do that, we're going to put our new little greenhouse. It's not really a polytunnel as such, a little greenhouse up, and we're not quite sure where to put it. As you can see, we've took all the big plants away there, and we've got this space here. We're thinking of putting it here where the oil tank is, because it's a bit of an ugly monstrosity. It doesn't look
very ugly.
It's very ugly, isn't it? It doesn't look very nice. So the second little greenhouse going here would be great, and it's south facing, so if we put it up here, we can then put the big tall cacti here into that greenhouse, and then they're protected against rain. Even in summer, guys, here in Ireland and the UK, we don't get enough dry weather, and the rain is a bit of a problem, I have to say, even in the middle of summer. So this should keep the sun off. And if we happen to have a really hot summer like we did last year, we just take them out the little greenhouse, no problem. And if you want to know why we're not just keeping them here in the polytunnel, well, the reason being, when they come out, there's so much more space. Those of you guys who've been following my video vlogs on rearranging all the polytunnel will know that there's loads of space in here when these big guys have come out. And it's lovely because me and Hans are going to put a little table and chairs in here. We're going to have our dinner and our breakfast in here in the mornings. So obviously we just temporarily put all these big tall serious in here, any old how, just for now, just so we've got space in the yard to put up the new little greenhouse. So a little greenhouse for all the serious cacti, and the big tall large polytunnel for all of our other cacti and other plants we've got in here is going to be great. So here we go, guys. This is a little bit of a introduction what we're doing today. Putting up the greenhouse, or Hansi's, I should say. Weather's absolutely gorgeous at the moment. Having pretty good spring so far here, and hope it stays. And there's Hansi in his little skirt. I am so jealous because I wish I had legs like him. And here we go, guys. I'm not going to film the whole process of us putting this up because it's going to be too long, too time consuming and too much of a long video. But we're just going to show you what we're doing now. Good to see that the metal poles are not plastic, so that's a bit better. Most of these little walking greenhouses are from plastic poles and they just blow away. But we're going to be putting the sandbags around this one too. And here we go, guys. And before we actually put it up, we got this greenhouse from it's like a catalogue shop called Argus, and they're very common here in Ireland and the UK. They're great for gardening, very good. This was very good price for this large greenhouse too, so we'll see how we get on. I'm sorry if you're getting a bit of wind noise, very windy today. And as I say, thank you all guys for following the video vlog so far. We put all these out in the yard only the other week, as you know. No problem just moving them back in here. Better that we've got the yard free to set this greenhouse up. And here we go then, guys. And we're going to show you what it looks like in between the stages of setting it up. And the good news is, guys, they've actually got an instruction manual. Believe it or not, usually a lot of these polytunnels and greenhouses don't come with instruction manuals. This huge polytunnel we had here did not come with any instruction manuals. Luckily, Hansi and our wonderful friend Sean managed to work it out for themselves how to set this thing up. I wouldn't have had a clue, guys, but he's instructions, so that's very good. So well done to Argus for that. And this is it all here. This is the green outer coating, and we're not quite sure where we're actually going to put this, guys. As I say, I think the oil tank here is ugly, and it'd be great to go against there because it's going to hide that monstrosity. Here in Ireland, they have oil tanks for the heating. It's not something you really see in England or many other parts. I don't know whether you guys have oil tanks where you live, but this is where we get our heating from. It's very strange, but they do sort of take the look off the gardens. And we've also got this space here. We're not quite sure how big this is, but I think it's big enough. So we're going to show you what it looks like when it's sort of half set up. And there you go, guys. Hans has put the frame of the new little greenhouse up, and the brilliant news is it's going to hide that big oil tank there. And it's good head height as well. I mean, obviously it's only a small little greenhouse, but it's going to be perfect for the majority, if not all, of the tall cereus. The very, very tall, obviously big trichocereus will be going out into the yard, and the other big trichocereus pachanoi, they can take plenty of rain. They're in small pots anyway, so they're not going to be no problem with them. But the majority of all the other ones are going to be able to go in here, no problem at all. Look at that, isn't it great? So now what we're going to do, sorry about the wind noise, guys, is put the green covering on and show you what it looks like when it's done. Now there you go, guys, that's the greenhouse all up, and great, because it means now we've got the polytunnel and we've got the little greenhouse here, which we're going to be putting most of the Piloceriuses that we had. Obviously we had out in the yard recently in there, and probably the two big tall ones are going to be staying in the garden. But this, I'll just show you what it looks like. What we've done, we put the sandbags all around the edges of the polytunnel, so it's not going to blow away because these greenhouses and polytunnels, they're not very strong as such. A bit of wind and they'll blow away. This one is a much stronger one. It's got really solid metal frames, and as you can see, all sandbags going all around. It's more of a polytunnel, as this one is really more of a little greenhouse, plastic little greenhouse, but they're handy enough, especially for the summer months. And this is what it looks like inside here. Bit of shelving. We've got more sandbags here tied up, so there's no way this is going to blow away. And this is all we're going to do for today, because it's a very warm day, and it took us a while to get all this up, or Hansi I should say.
We don't complain.
We're not complaining. More of this beautiful weather, guys, definitely. And what we're going to be doing in tomorrow's video, we're going to be putting these cereus cacti into this little greenhouse and showing you what it looks like, showing you as we're putting them away, what it looks like after it's all done. And guys, that's really it. This little video is just to share with you a bit of a video vlog about putting up a little second little greenhouse here for the summer months. As I say, it's not going to be hardy enough to stay out for the winter. This will be going back, be folded back down again for the winter, but it's great for the summer. Just keeps the extra rain off, and if we happen to have a real big heat wave, then we just take the plants out of it. But that's great, gives us a lot more growing space, guys. So thanks so much for watching. I say stay tuned for tomorrow's video, where we bring the tall ones into the little greenhouse there, and we'll have fun doing that.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for watching, and I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power. As always, from across the Apple Dial. And until the next video.